Though we tried our hardest, we eschewed success. We've reached an impasse on our current quest. So we go, searching all over, try more. With time in hand, we plan to see the brothers who once were 3, but now are 2. So we go, searching all over, try more. For his bride did decide, he defied and belied. Is he still inside? Did she really hide? So we go, searching all over, try more. A missing person, no, hang on, the missing one is Mirek. Person is here, he offers gold to persuade us to check. Is his brother still hidden inside? Let's go and find a priest in Dyson desire.
Dweezil, I cannot express to you what this gift means to me. Even though you actually just physically handed it to me, it's not specifically your gift to me, but in any case, the emotion and cherishing that I can feel you've put into this, passing off from person to person. I will henceforth name this bow Sure Shit.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
For its shot will be as sure as its stench.
So why would it smell?
Why would you put shit on the bow and not on the arrows?
Like,
I'll be fixing that later.
at least hay shit came out of some shit. Like, you're actually now applying feces to the
Become
bow.
a trend.
Right.
The feces could be metaphorical.
Is it?
It probably won't be. I'm just saying it could be.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
Could be, but it's not.
Okay. So what are you doing then? Did you say you were going to go and see the?
I'm going to go to the talking troll.
You're going to go to the talking troll. Excellent. Again, an area I hadn't prepared for. Amazing. I love it. Right.
Why don't you tell us where you expected us to go, and we'll go there.
Not here. Literally, I'd forgotten about this even existing. Therefore, I just had not. It's fine. It's not a problem. Right. So, So you've been in town a day. You know exactly where everything is. We don't need to role play where you finding people. You just find places. It's fine.
I love this. I love this new Nate of just being like, you're just there. You just found it. You're there.
How hard is it? It's a town with about 20 buildings.
Yeah. No.
You just look around until you find the one that says.
Like...
You literally walk around until you find the one that says "Talking Troll" written on the side of it.
I think it's written on the map anyway.
Sick of the you take 20 steps, take a left, 15 steps, take a right. Bullshit.
Oh God, isn't it? Isn't it?
Who needs that?
Isn't it? Right. As you're approaching, you notice you see a bar in the area that you're expecting to see this bar, and you see the sign saying "The Talking Troll," which is hanging off one of its hinges. It's sort of just hanging very loosely, like it's going to fall off. And instantly from the outside, this is not the North Shield House by any means. This is a dive. This is a horrible looking place, very much in poor repair. Still standing, but. Yeah, it just looks shit, and there's people like literally outside drunk, just like...
Comparatively, if the other place was, for example, a TGI Fridays, for example, what would this place be?
Oh God, this would be...
Do you have the Last Orders chain down south?
No, but it sounds like that's a dive, so let's go with it.
Is it a Little Chef?
Oh God.
I mean, yes, but not even a good Little
like
Chef.
the alleyway out the back of Aldi.
Yeah, it's
a little shit.
Yeah, and it's not so much that it's like falling apart. It's just a dive. There's, like I say, there's people outside that are absolutely just like proper like absolutely like they live outside of this place completely drunk. They're probably homeless outside of it. It just doesn't look very nice. Doesn't look very appealing.
That's any chance of a Little Chef sponsorship out the window, by the way.
And Aldi.
Good, it's fine.
And Aldi.
Mm-hmm. Only the alleyway outside the back of Aldi. That's fine. Aldi's fine on its own.
Fair.
Are you going in?
Before we go in, I believe the landlord of this establishment his name is Kalen Sarzir.
Right. What are you trying to show off?
I was just telling the rest of the party so that when we go in, we can catch people on the back foot by knowing their names.
I'd imagine Kent told you that.
It rhymed with Ken.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
During that conversation.
It's a name, Kaelin Sarzir. And so yeah, you're going in. What are you doing? How are you walking in?
Single file. I don't know.
No, let's
One behind each other.
Let's barge in, and I'll shout Kaelin. And you shout Kaelin's
Can I kick a door?
name and
Can I
get
kick a
him
door?
to-
Can I kick a door?
You can. Can we have complete clarity over how are you kicking this door in? What strength are you trying to apply
Okay, right.
to it? Is this
Right, I'm stood in front of the door. What do I see? What do I
Do
see?
it.
What do
A
I
door?
see?
Do it.
Obviously, which way? Where are the hinges?
what would a
Side.
They're right in the middle. What would a pub door be? Would that be outward swinging or inward swinging?
Inwards.
Both.
It's swing doors. It's saloon swing doors, isn't it?
Let's do that then. All right. So they're both. So you kick the door in, and it swings back at you, and you take one bludgeoning damage,
No, we were assessing the
specifically
situation.
on your toe.
Right, it is a normal door, and
Okay.
Is it got like a handle that you pull down, or is it just like a push?
It's got a handle.
Okay, right. I lower the handle. I push the door open just so it's not latched, and then I take a step back, big step forward, foot through the door, and I'm inside.
It's a dunk.
There wasn't a kid on the other side, was there?
Things Krill doesn't like. Discourse with respected members of the community. Things Krill does like. Announcing oneself with violence. Okay, so you do that, and this
And then
I appreciate.
what was the guy's name?
Kaelin.
How are we spelling that?
Kaelen.
N.
You're not going to write.
Yeah, we're not adding subtitles to this podcast.
I didn't
Oh,
know if
description.
it was with an M at the end or an N.
Okay.
I don't even know why I'm doing this. Kaelin!
Hello.
That was not the voice I was expecting from a rough bar.
Graham Norton in it.
My friend wants to speak to you.
Oh, okay. Fine. And who is your friend?
I turn around and gesture to the door, waiting for somebody to come in. I still.
Greg goes in.
It seems one is bereft of friends. You are at the
still-
right place if that is the case.
I still gesture.
Get in!
In walks Greg. Greg gets a fist bump.
Get in! How are you, my good sir?
Oh, I'm fine
How's
as
this
well.
fine establishment?
Oh, you're such a liar. This is my establishment, of course, but fine. I think we both know this is not fine. It is merely a place for weary travellers to drink their sorrows away.
Do you have many sorrows yourself, or are you...
I mean, I am but the proprietor of the Talking Troll. Of course, I am filled with sorrows and worries.
Of course, and you often have patrons in here, such as Sylvian, I hear, the priest.
Ah, a man who wishes to get straight to business. Of course, yes. Can I get you a drink whilst I direct you in the direction of Silverin?
Only if you sell coffee and not that instant crap.
This is not a place of coffee. Look at it. This is, as I say, a place for people to drink their sorrows away.
Crimson Bullock and vodka.
I can do that for you in just a jiffy. And he goes behind, and as he's looking underneath the counter for probably the one and only can of red Crimson Bullock that he has, you just see his arm just very much flourish up above the bar and just go like this and point. You probably can't see it on the camera. He's just pointing over to one of the tables to the side. And you see a guy slumped over the table. A human gentleman, with a couple of empty casks next to him. Casks, is that the right word? But cups, whatever. And one that is fairly full. And he is just basically slumped over.
Can I approach this gentleman and I'll speak to him and say, "Can I assume that you are Sovereign, the priest of this town?"
Can I get a perception check? Or an investigation, if that... Yeah, or does the investigation make it any easier, any better for you?
Exactly the same.
Okay. You can deduce that this gentleman is... I mean, he's slumped over a table. He's not at his most awake and alert. He may even be asleep for all you can tell. He's sort of face down, body down, head away from you, looking at basically the other side of the room, so you can't really see what's going on in his face. But you get no reaction to your words.
Just kind of for my information, was Silverin the person that lives in the house, apparently, where Merrick is?
He's the one.
No. So
Silverin
Silverin is the priest who has told the brothers that he believes that Mirak is still alive. That Mirak is still in his home, so to speak.
Oh, okay, so I thought that he moved into the home, but that's fine.
No, well, he may or may not be, but he's certainly frequenting the talking troll.
Can I get you another one, my fine sir? Or you look like you perhaps need to sober up a bit. Perhaps I can get you home.
Are you just saying these words to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get no reaction.
I walk into. I'll follow them into the talking troll, and I'll see Gregomel talking to the man who's just kind of slumped onto the table. Just
as you enter, you see a guy who I guess the best way, and this is really not the best way to describe him, a Russell Brand-esque, very flamboyant, but not particular. I mean, Russell Brand is, but he wants to be more flamboyant than he is. He's dressed very finely, but not in clothes that are probably very, very old. He doesn't look particularly good, but he's trying his best and looks very flamboyant. And you see him just sort of stand up from behind the counter and put a couple of drinks in front of him. And he goes, "Ooh, another customer for me. How can I help?"
I said, "Kaelin, I presume?"
"It is indeed Kaelin. Hello there."
"How much has this man had to drink?"
"This man has only just entered here." "Oh, you mean the other one?" "How much has he had to drink?" "A very, very high amount of alcohol, I'm afraid. He's been here very, very often. Very regular visitor."
"Have you got anything that'll sober him up?"
I would imagine paying his bar tab would probably sober him up."
Excellent humour. I was going to say, I'm wondering if I've got an antitoxin, but I don't think that'd have any impact on him. Krill?
Hello. Sorry. Hello.
Do you remember when Quinch was drinking out of the water trough?
It was outside. I don't remember seeing it, but I remember him planning to do it and then coming back really wet. Yeah.
Do you think it might help this man if he drank out of a water trough?
Did you like me to carry him to the water trough?
I think the man who is flat on the table, I think you should pull him off.
Sorry?
Whoa. Sorry.
Buy him dinner at least.
Pay off his tab.
I think we should take him outside and sober him up.
Okay, and then we pull him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab him by...
Do you now?
I don't know how I'd pick him up.
One-handed
I
or
will
two?
carry him.
Half an hour ago, all you want to do is pick people up, and now you don't know how.
How is he slumped, sorry?
So he's not in a booth. He's just on a stool, slumped over the table, body down, but face
Arms.
away from you.
Okay.
Get your arms around his waist.
Yeah, Heimlich style.
Yeah.
No, not even. Just one-handed by the back of his top or his whatever his outfit is. Just pick him up and just walk about like holding a suitcase.
Oh yeah, he definitely won't choke.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely won't strangle him, grab
Okay.
him by his scruff of his neck.
It's not scruff his neck.
Nah,
It's
grab him
about
by the
it's a
belt.
mid back. Like I don't know what he's wearing, but it's listen, right? Are we really getting that caught up in physics in like a D&D fantasy roleplay game?
Oh,
Like,
excuse me.
it might-
I put the handle down, open the door ever so slightly, take a step back, and then I boot the door in.
That's common sense. There's a difference. I carry him outside. Where is the trough?
Quinch is actually by the trough, already drinking
Okay.
from it.
Krill treats doors better than he treats people, just for the record. And he boots doors in.
I approach the trough and dunk his head in it, and then I lift him out, and then I dunk his head in it, and I lift it out, and then I dunk his head, and I'm like, "Tell me what you know!" And then I'm like, "Sorry, have it." And then I pull his head back out.
I mean, for the record, you've missed a million steps there. The first of which was, as soon as you grab him and try to lift him, he just goes, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm here to pull you off.
I'm a priestly man. What is it? What? Who are you?
I've pulled off priestly men before. No.
I mean, you've had a lap dance from one at least.
I'm Krill.
Why you putting your hands on me?
I've been requested to transport you.
Why?
The alcohol is poisoning or something.
What?
You're drunk.
And-
You're drunk.
And so obviously at this point, he's sort of sat up in his chair. And he's just, very much just the stereotypical view of a drunkard sat at the table. He's got many days of 5 o'clock shadow. He's just looks very rushed. His clothes are dishevelled all over the place. You can tell that he's from his clothing. You can tell he's religious. They very much have got the view of a religious clothing, but and around his neck you do see a symbol, which is who's actually in. So Quinch is outside. Is Dabble outside?
Yeah,
I'm just inside the entrance, so just inside the front
So
door.
right now we've got Krill. So if Krill,
So I
Greg
didn't
and-
get a chance to waterboard him.
no, you didn't get a chance to waterboard him. No, at the moment he's still sat in his table. Krill, Dweezil, and Gregomil, could you roll me a religious check?
That would be a natural 20. 20
Okay, that's
overall.
That's enough. Dweezil in his travels has seen this sign a few times, and he notices the holy symbol around Silfran's neck of Helm, the god of the dwarves, I think, or one of a dwarvish god anyway, I think. Sorry, guardians, protection, and protectors. Sorry, so I have no idea where I got dwarves from, but there you go. So you notice a symbol of Helm. And he's just sort of like very much like blinking away, just sort of like looking at you. You can tell this guy is 3 sheets to the wind. He's absolutely just he's probably been in a state of drunkenness for days, like he's never been sober. Sorry, I just want.
I turn to
What is it you want?
I turn to Dweezil and go, trough.
I don't think it would be necessary now.
Okay.
Krill.
Trough. What's the trough about?
Never mind the trough. Father.
Oh,
that was sexual. Oh.
it's been a long time since anyone's called me that.
What can you tell me about Mirek?
Who?
Mirek Histron.
You're gonna have to remind me. Mirek who? Who's
Brother of Jacobean person Histron went missing either 10 years ago or 1 year ago, depending on which account I'm taking notice of. Wife of Tamara. Husband of Tamara.
Tamara. Oh, yeah. What about him?
Where is he?
He's at the house. He's at the boarding house.
Why does everyone think that he's not there? Apart from you.
Don't know. I just. Ugh, sorry. He's. Well, he's. I've just seen him there. I think I've seen. I think I've seen him there, but everyone tells me that he's gone. Everyone tells me that he's gone, but I'm. Sorry. Have you got another drink?
Quinch walks in at this point just to see what's going on.
Oh. I don't know if I've had too much. Is he blue?
I'm Cyan.
and I'm Silveran.
Silveram,
Sorry, yes.
how many rooms do they have at the 6 windows?
I'm gonna guess 6.
Okay, lads, pick him up. We've got the time it takes for us to get to the 6 windows to sober him up enough.
Okay. Again, grabbing him by the back of his shirt, running him outside, giving him a swish wash in the trough. And then do we just?
I've got a plan.
Okay, he's been swish washed
If the 6 windows boarding house has 6 rooms,
in it.
there are 5 of us plus this priest.
In it.
We go and rent out all the rooms, and we investigate from the inside, as it were.
And no pulling him off.
Well, maybe there might be time.
Yeah, let's
for
not
that
rule it
later.
out.
Right. So has Dweezil relayed that plan to the rest of the group?
Yeah, I spoke it to the group. Yeah.
Okay, and where did you? Let's just mechanically think this out for a second, right? So at this point, has Krill grabbed Silveran and walked him outside?
Yeah.
Okay. So on the way out of the bar, Kalen sort of like, who's going to buy this drink? Old man, you wanted the Crimson Bullock and the.
Greg will take the Crimson Bullock, but not the vodka with it. He's just going to take the can of Crimson Bullock, and he'll pay for it because
Well, that's 10 gold pieces. No, it's not good. That's 3 silver pieces.
Yeah, okay. So he'll just toss that to him as well.
Greg's spending a lot of money on drinks.
Yeah, he loves caffeine, mate.
Yeah.
Boy, he loves caffeine.
Or he loves giving it to people that need to sober up quickly.
And as you're walking out, you hear Kalen go, thank you, come again and tell your friends all about the toll control. We need your money. We need your money. We need to rebuild. So you walk out, Krill presumably at the back, sort of just dragging Silveran. You get outside and you dunk him. You waterboard him, as you quite politely said earlier. And as he comes out, you sort of hear him just spluttering and just go, not as nice as the beer. And you splash him back in, and he just comes back out, and he's still drinking the water, even though he doesn't necessarily like it. It's not sobering up by any means. It might be slightly awakening him, but it's not by any means sobering up. He's still in a drunken stupor. You've seen him in up till now.
Greg will hand him the Crimson Bullock to drink.
Oh, nice. Excellent. He looks at it and he goes, what's this?
Alcohol. It's an alcoholic beverage.
Okay, can you roll me a deception at advantage?
Because he's drunk, is that?
Yeah.
Well, the first one was a 4, the second one is a 19,
Yeah.
and I don't know what the plus is on that. I will look it up.
It's fine, that's enough. He grabs it out of your hand and he just slugs back the Crimson Bullock. And for a second you sort of like, you see him sort of like question it, like he takes a big slug and he's like, he takes a second and he looks at it and goes, but then he just throws it back in. Like it may not be alcohol, but I think the internal system of Silveran recognises it still as quote unquote a narcotic, with all of that taurine and all that stuff going through the Crimson Bullock. And he just realises this is a naughty little thing and just slugs it back. It slightly takes off the edge of his drunkenness, but he's still, it's worth noting, still very much drunk. He has been drinking for days, if not weeks.
Dweezil, he seems to be in such an inebriated state that it might not help, but would you like me to fly him round for a bit?
We're just trying everything, aren't we?
Do you know what? I think a little walk up to the 6 windows. We can.
Why don't you drop him from a great height and I'll catch him? That should wake him up.
Such heroic people, I must say. I'm glad the
I
land
can
is...
catch someone from like probably 40 foot without injuring them. And if I fell from 40 foot, I would sober up like that. Like,
Do you know what? Actually, as silly as Krill's words are, perhaps a little bit of adrenaline wouldn't do him any harm. I'm not suggesting that we drop him from
I've got an
a
idea.
great height. Does it involve nuggies?
I mean, well, last resort.
Food-
I'm not just going to give
food-
them away. No,
food,
what I can
adrenaline,
do-
and Red Bull.
I've got silent image, so I could conjure up a horrific sort of demon.
He's already seen Quincy.
We're going to conjure up a horrific demon for the drunk
Yeah,
person.
like it's only visual. It can't do anything, but I could have it like appear at I don't know, the end of the
Scary.
street and have it run at him.
Why do you have his?
Yeah,
why do-
visual things have never harmed anyone.
Why don't
Why don't you just kill him?
Why don't I create a minor illusion of his god?
Do you know Helm's form? What Helm would look like?
I would dare say I'm aware of Helm based on the fact that I recognise the symbol, and I also dare say that this priest has never actually seen his god. So, from my knowledge of who Helm is, then I could conjure up a thing.
Yeah, I mean,
What does silent image do?
Basically, just literally makes a silent image. It doesn't make any sound or anything, but it's just a visual illusion, essentially.
You could do the vision and I could do the sound, you see.
True.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
or we could just drop him.
The sound of vision.
But there's going to be a roll to catch him, and if we fail, he's dead.
Yeah, I don't think we should drop
Okay,
him.
we just fly him around then. Just do a few laps.
Fuck it, I'm going to just cast Minor Illusion. Dweezil, what does the god look like?
I mean, is this just trying to wake him up, or what are we trying to do with this?
Big
Just trying to sober him
armoured,
up.
big armoured god.
Okay, I'm going to conjure that up based on the description.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the voice of the god using minor illusion though to do the big booming, full of reverb, echoey.
While still carrying him, I sort of hold his head upwards.
Yeah.
Whatever you're creating.
Sylvan, your god speaks to you.
Does his god have wings?
No.
No, that's Crimson Bullock.
Yeah.
So sorry. You've portrayed this in front of him, presumably in the middle of the town where everyone can see this
Yeah.
this image of just
Yeah.
Yep.
a god.
Yeah.
Can you roll me? Who's doing this? Is this Dweezil and Daboff, or is it just Dweezil? Sorry.
I'm doing the voice. Daboff's doing the images.
I'm providing the
It's
visuals.
like a
Who's
double-
doing? Who's writing the song? Who's writing the theme tune? Who's right? Can one of you or both of you roll me persuasion at advantage, please?
Okay. I'll make this
Probably-
Daboff.
I would imagine probably best Dweezil, given he's the one that knows more
I suppose
about.
if you're doing
Yeah,
the voice
maybe.
as well.
21.
21. And what you're saying? Sorry. So you've pictured this image.
Yeah, he's made the image of this kind of giant armored god.
Yeah.
And that's and I've just said, Sylvan, this is your god.
Silverin, so you've picked him up, you've drowned him, for want of a better word, and you're in the middle of the town square, and he hears this voice, and he looks up very slowly, like he's still drunk, and he sort of just looks up, and he sees the image that you've put in front of him, and he sort of wipes away at his eyes. And he looks at it. I did not forsake you, Helm. Please, forgive me.
Thank you for joining us on our adventures. Please subscribe and leave a review on whichever platform you listen to podcasts through. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at Dyson Desire, where we share behind the scenes bits and bobs, and we'd love to interact with you there.
Welcome to Roleplay Retcon Studios, located at the nexus of all alternate universes, including the sexy vampire ones.
Ooh.
At Roleplay Retcon, we remake famously disappointing movies using comedy, hindsight, and tabletop RPGs.
Like Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, but specifically not Dungeons and Dragons. We take a second pass at guilty pleasures like Batman and Robin or Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and even some controversial favorites like Twilight.
But I love those movies.
We do too, and all of the movies we do have something to love. If they didn't, there would be nothing to reimagine. At the end of each series, we compare our vision to the original films because why the not?
I can't wait to listen to Roleplay Retcon on nerdsmith.org or wherever you get podcasts.
I'm gonna listen to it before you do.